こんにちは、皆さん。今日、私たちは日本語を勉強しています。質問があれば、私に聞いてください。Greetings, everyone. Today we're studying Japanese. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask me at any time. We're continuing with Anime Immersion with Card Captor Sakura.
「雨のカードやレインとウッドが影響し合ってこんなジャングルを作り出したんや。この桜、いよいよですわね。レイン、ウッド、いよいよですわね。
Rain Udo or Rain Wood, basically talking to the cards directly.
レイン、ウッド、いたずらはそこまでよ。
See, Itazura wa Soko Mareyo. Soko be that place, basically the location of the person you're talking to. Or the person you're talking to is closer to what location you're referring to. So that location over there. So until that place. So and then Itazura. Let's see, what is Itazura? Itazura. Let's see, mischief, prank, trick, practical joke. Let's see, it's made from the kanji of bad and frolic play sport. Let's see. I think this first one's warui, used in warui. Warui, that's bad, okay. And let's see, urusai. I can remember how to spell urusai. Noisy. Let's see, be quiet. Oh, Udosai. Okay, Udo. It's not Udus. Yeah, wait, yeah, Udusai. What did I forget on that? Udu. Oh, I just had to tab through it enough. Okay. So, Itazura. I've seen that kanji from something. Ajara, pleasantry, joke, tomfoolery. That's strange. Pleasantry and tomfoolery do not mean anything close to each other. Ajara. Geeka, cartoon comics. Tawa Goto, nonsense, silly talk. Wait, Warau? No, not Warau. But Warau could be an alternative kanji to it. No? Itazura. Where have I seen that kanji before? Maybe it just looks similar to another one. Geisaku, cheap literature writing for amusement. I believe that's from Skau. Let's see. Skau. Okay, maybe not. Oh, that's Kino. Maybe. I'll look it up in a moment. Let's see. Zare goto, joke, jest. Frolic play sports. Used in Tawamu ureru, zareru, jareru, zareru. To be played. So, okay. Tawamureru. To be playful, to be amused with someone, to play, to sport, to frolic, to joke, to flirt with, to have elegance, to have refinement. Tawamureru, zareru. Oh, it's interesting. Zareru is another way of saying it. Then there's jareru, to play around of a cat or dog, like to frisk, to frolic. So maybe it's used when cats and dogs play around or animals play around. Versus tawamureru for humans, I'm guessing. When to use this versus, see, tawamureru versus jareru. Yes, they're both intransitive, okay? Tawamureru, tawamureru. And zareru. Versus zareru versus jareru. Tawamureru is most frequently used form in literary contexts like novels, lyrics, and poems, often meaning to be playful, gambol, or flirt. It can also appear in formal period dramas to softly reject advances with the tone of just joking. See, jareru is a standard term for a casual play, specifically used when pets or couples are flirting or playing together in everyday conversation. Zareru is rarely used as a standalone verb. It primarily appears in fixed expressions like Sade goto, meaning foolish words or nonsense. Though it shares the same general meaning of jareru. So, tawamureru, literature, songs, formal speech. Jareru, daily conversations, pets, couples. Okay, so jareru is just used for anyone, whether animal or human. Tuamureru is just more literary or formal. And zareru tends to be used for much larger phrases that are just said with it. So itazura. So to be playful and then bad. So to be playful in a bad way, essentially, aka mischief, prank, or trick. So itazura wa sokomare yo. So as for being mischieful, up to here, up to there. I wonder if she's referring to there, not so much in the place sense, but or maybe she's trying to say you've been mischieful over there up to this point in time. Okay, let's see. Oh, Ctrl+Shift+S, that's what it was, to copy the subtitle. Okay. Itazura wa sokomare yo. That's enough mischief. Explain the grammar of that. So, itazura. Okay, itazura wa sokomare yo is casual conversational Japanese phrase meaning the prank stops here. That's enough with pranks. let's see, Itazura, a noun meaning prank, mischief, or trick. Okay, let's see. Soko, a demonstrative noun meaning that place, or metaphorically that point, or that far. Mare, a particle meaning until, or up to. Combined with soko, it forms the phrase soko mare, up to that point, or that far. Okay, so it was sort of being used in the time sent as that far, indicating the limit. Yeah, so as for mischief, up to that far is basically what it's saying. So this seems like it might be short for something else. Is this short for a longer phrase? Because Japanese drops things commonly that are considered obvious. See, the core meaning relies on the ellipsis, omission of a verb, to be, or to stop. In casual speech, the copula da or des is often dropped before the particle yo. The full underlying logic is effectively itazura wa soko de soko de, let's see, soko de da. It's prank up to that point, or let's see, or itazura wa soko de oshimai yo. What's oshimai? Oshimai. The end. So, as for the mischief, up to that point, this is the end. Okay, and just something like this is the end is basically missing, okay? So, itazura wa soko made yo.
いたずらはそこまでよ。素敵ですわ。
Steki desu wa, or
いたずらはそこまでよ。素敵ですわ。
steki desu. I was trying to pause it for you. Let's see.
いたずらはそこまでよ。
Steki desu wa, or to be wonderful.
素敵ですわ。さくら、来よるで。さくら、来よるで。までよ。素敵ですわ。さくら。
Let's see. Kiyoru de.
来よるで。 いたずらはそこまでよ。素敵ですわ。さくら。
Remember, okay, I think this is translated wrong. I remember Kiyo is how you put kudu in and that proposal tense. Let's see. Kudu Evolutional is what it's called. Oh, it's koyo or kimasho. That's the evolutional tense. What does he say?
さくら、いよいよですわね。レイン、ウッド。いたずらはそこまでよ。素敵ですわ。さくら、来よるで。
Explain the grammar of. It sounds like he's saying ki, but koyoru.
いたずらはそこまでよ。素敵ですわ。さくら、来よるで。
It's see kyo. This uses Kansai bin. Kyoru. This is let's see. Koyoru. This is the Kansai equivalent of a standard Japanese verb kuru, specifically used in volutional or future tense, similar to kuru daro or kuruyo. While standard Japanese uses the te form plus iru, kite-iru for actions. Kansai dialect often uses the yo form kuruso koyo koyoru to express the future or state of about to happen in casual speech. Okay, this is Kansai sentencing particle that replaces the standard Japanese. This is a Kansai sentencing particle that replaces the standard Japanese da or des. It functions as a copula or declarative marker, making the sentence informal and characteristic of the region. Standard Japanese. The sentence would be Sakura ga kuruyo or Sakura ga kuruyo. Okay, yeah. Or Sakura ga kimasu. See, the structure for the verb yo form plus da is a hallmark of casual Kansai speech, often replacing the standard desu or da ending. Interesting. Yes, yeah, because the standard form of a verb usually implies something is present or is about to happen, which would be what's happening in this situation. But because he's speaking Kansai Ben, he's using it in its volutional form. And let's see, why does the Koyo.
いたずらはそこまでよ。素敵ですわ。
Kyoru. Yeah, why does the Kyoru let's see, why does the oh, why does the Koyoru sound like Kiyoru? The pronunciation of Koyoru sounding like Kyoru is due to a phonetic phenomenon called vowel coalescence or vowel elison, common in rapid Kansai Ben speech. The standard kudu has a stem ki. In Kansai dialect, the present, progressive, or future form is often created by adding yoru to the stem, which would be ki plus yoru or kiyoru. When spoken quickly, the I and Y sound both palatal merge. Okay, the I vowel is absorbed and the Y sound becomes a glide resulting in kyoru. The K and Y together form a palatalized consonant which sounds close to kyo. This makes kyoru sound like this makes kyoru sound like kyoru to an untrained ear. Wait, so this thing he's not saying kyoru but kyoru? Let's listen for that again. So is this person saying kyoru? No, it can't be because we have the subtitle there. Yeah. And again, how would you write that? The word is kyoru, right? Yes, the word is kyoru. Okay. So the word is kyoru, so as is customary in Kansai Ben, but it may sound like kyoru. Okay. So in other words, he's saying Sakura, it's coming.
いたずらはそこまでよ。素敵ですわ。さくら、来よるで。素敵ですわ。さくら、来よるで。
Now he actually is saying Kyoto. Okay, so. mu. Let's see. Maybe it's just a sound, I don't know. I'm trying to see if that sounds like recognized in the dictionary. Sort of like nya is recognized in the dictionary. Mew.
いたずらはそこまでよ。素敵ですわ。さくら、来よるで。
Actually, I mentioned yoru was a suffix. Or is that its own word by any chance? Night, evening. Yoru, to approach, to draw near. So too common to draw near. Hence why miyoru. Kiyoru, yes. Nanda. Let's see. Dai shita koto naina. So something like, let's see, something like with that. See, big thing. It's not. So in other words, that is not a big thing, or basically, it's not raining that hard. Let's see. Daishita. Trivia, not amounting to much. So daishita kotonai. Can you use dai by itself? Large, big, great, huge, vast, major, prefix, not adjective or keiyo doshi. Meishi noun, okay. So it's just sudo with it, right? Pre-noun, adjectival, ren taishi. Daishita. Is dai its own word and in the phrase dai shita kotonai. Oh, is it tai or dai? Yes, tai. Okay, tai. Let's see. In the phrase tai shita kotonai. I let's see, forms the adjective taishita, which means significant or worth noting. Full expression taishita kotonai is compound adjective meaning not a big deal or trivial. Taishita modifies koto, and okay. The na at the end of your example is a sentence-ending particle used to soften a statement or to express realization distinct from the word. Okay. Okay, so the word is taishita and not tai. Yes, the correct word is taishita, not just tai. Taishita is pre-noun adjectival or ren taishi. Ren taishi. So considerable great. So considerable great and then that's where the adjective not ending with the E sound. Let's see. Is taishita a na adjective a Benyo. Oh, yeah, Kyodoshi, okay. Kyodoshi. No, Taishita is not a Kyodoshi. According to this, it's classified as an adjective or noun or adjective PN that functions similar to I adjectives in usage but does not conjugate like a true Kyoshi. But does not conjugate like a true Kyodoshi. It is listed as an adjectival noun, like, or basically words keiyodoshi like, or unlike true keiyodoshi such as kirei da, which can change forms like kirei ni, okay, basically different particles on the end. Kirei nara. Taishita cannot be conjugated into past tense or conditional forms in the same way like taishita da is incorrect, meaning it functions as an adjective meaning considerable, great or significant or big deal. So it can only be used right before a noun, can't be conjugated in any way. Okay. Explain the grammar of Nanda in Nanda Taishita Koto Naina. As a casual explanatory sentence ender, derived from the grammatical structure no da. Often contraction is nda. Okay, no, I think you're misunderstanding that. To get together. See, find the grammar of using nanda at the beginning of a sentence. It acts as an explanatory or emphatic lead-in, equivalent to saying, the thing is, it's just that what you see, it signals the following statement is the reason or context for something, either explicitly stated or implied by the situation. It's a casual contraction of noda, which is formed by adding normalizer no to plain form clause. Okay, yeah. Explain the literal meaning of non is the non the at the, let's see, the word non is a phonetic variant of nani, the beginning of the sentence, a nani or noni. The nanda at the beginning of the sentence is not nani or what, or noni, although its contraction, nanoda, okay. It is the particle that connects nouns, the na, and, okay, I think, let's see. In the sentence is the nanda at the beginning, the noni, or nani. The nanda at the beginning of the sentence, nanda, taishita koto nai na, is neither nani nor noni. It is the explanatory construction no, okay, I should say noda. It's the explanatory construction noda or nda, which has been fronted for emphasis. So sentence reversal, I guess. Okay, so the non is the particle that connects to the preceding noun phrase. Taishita, and the nda is the explanatory noda. The structure means the thing is. Okay, so it's just the normalizing no plus da particle that's been changed to non instead, so nanda.
なんだ、大したことないな。
In other words, なんだ、大したことないな, or thing is, big thing doesn't exist. In other words, this isn't a big thing.
大したことないな。
レイヌの笑い、声、笑い, probably laughing. Let's see. Warai, sound of. Let's see. Oh, Warai Goe, as it's pronounced. Okay. Warai, Meishi or noun. Laugh, laughter. So a laughter voice. So in other words, rain's laughter. Okay, so. Or the sound of laughter. So rain no warai koe.
なんだ、大したことないな。さくら、そいつは遊んどるだけや。さっさと封印や。さくら。
Sakura Zoitsu wa. Soitsu wa. I believe that's supposed to be that guy. Or that person. Let's see. So, Sakura Soitsu wa.
それだけや。さっさと。さくら、そいつは遊んどるだけや。
Let's see. Osondoru Dakeya. So, this is from a Sunday, which is from Asokubu. Let's see. Osonde at Asobu. I believe it's Asobu. Asobu. Yes. But, so he put it in connected form, a Sunday. And then he's kansai ben, so he's using oru with it. So this is meant to be continuous form. So this is a Sunday iru, or in kansai ben, a Sunday oru. Or if you shorten it, it becomes a sandoru. So it's a contraction of a Sunday oru. So a sandoru. So and then dake, gist. So in other words, Sakura, that person just likes to play games. Let's see, Sasato something, yeah.
さっさと封印や。さくら。
Fuin, yeah. Fuin, isn't that seal? Sato. Eventually, they'll feel everyone watching this series enough. Fuinya, seal, okay. So, Sasato. Quickly, promptly, immediately, without delay. Sasato. So, Sasato Fuinya, just seal it. Just seal it quickly. So, Sakura, let's see, and then Soitsu, he, she, that person, yes, okay. So, Sakura, Soitsu wa asandoru dake ya Sasato Fuinya. See, Fuin, what was that kanji again? Sealing and stamp, okay.
そいつは遊んどるだけや。さっさと封印や。でも
But
これじゃ。
これじゃ
さくら、そいつは遊んどるだけや。さっさと封印や。でもこれじゃ。
これじゃ Which jaw is this? Because in a situation like that, you can drag your pronunciations, which would show in the subtitle, and can hide which jaw we're talking about. Kore ja is an informal contraction of kore dewa. Okay. So it's the one we normally just see as one symbol for ja and without the extended A. Which translates to, by this means, in this case, if it is like this, the particle dewa so as for it to be this, so let's see. So as for to be this, so I'm guessing it means something like in this situation.
なんだ、大したことないな。
Okay, it seems to imply that with a with considering the previous sentence, it means at this rate. See, Koreja means at this rate when the context implies that the current situation will lead to a specific, often negative outcome. In context, it's a contraction of Koredewa, which literally means with this, or by the, oh yeah, so aka with this situation, or by this means, which another way of saying that in English would be at this rate. Okay, I see what they're saying. Manga arimasu ka? Are there any questions so far? We're gonna continue then. So yeah, I'm guessing that means something like hey. So yeah, Sakura. Uh, wait, is that supposed to be pronounced as Udo? Ude? Ude? Oh, I think this is supposed to be pronounced as Ude. Wo, Wodia. Okay. Okay, no, I think that's a different word. Wodia. Oh, Wodia. Oh, water. Okay. Wodia. Okay, so notice how in Japanese the u kanji with a small yo makes the wo sound. This is because uh wait, that already is a wo sound though. Oh, that's right, but the letter that actually makes the wo sound was taken out of being used for anything else other than a particle. So so it can't be used in words. So wodi or mizu water. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, Sakura wodi yeah. Basically, hey Sakura water, and then Soichi no ame mizu. rainwater. Okay, that makes sense. Rainwater, let's see. Soitsu no ame mizu o yaku. Reverse, opposite, converse, inverse, and this is a yaku. Shikeyu doshio. So it means like reverse, but used with ni, it has a meaning of sort of like reversely. So you can reversely or use with reverse. In other words, gai. Okay. But this is concept in, so he's pronouncing it as go. Let's see, the original word is let's see, skau, which translates to let's see. Skau. Its evolutional form is skau, which I think this is what's supposed to be the evolutional form. But in concept in, they take the skau and just make it sko, basically merging the ka and the o together. And then, oh, there's a ta on this. This isn't evolutional. This is past tense. Skautan. Or is this taru? Oh, this is past continuous. Skau. That ru comes from iru, so yeah. So in other words, use that guy's rainwater against him, essentially. Use that guy's rainwater against him, or in other words, more literally, that guy's rainwater used in a reversely way. Explain the grammar of concept in dialect, heavily featuring dialectal particles, couples. Okay, so yeah, this is a dialectal equivalent of soda or so dane, meaning that's right. I see. Or it's that way. It functions as affirmative agreement. That's so Soitsu, also basically that person, okay. Soitsu, in standard Japanese, this translates to sore or anamono, meaning that thing or it. In concept in, it's commonly used to refer to an object previously mentioned like water. I think it's, in this case, it's referring to the card rain. Let's see, so Tarun. Tarunya. This is a dialectal contraction of tabun, maybe, or wait, Tarunya is a dialect contraction of tabun, maybe, or more likely a combination of da and inya. Explanatory confirmative particle attached to verb. In this context, it appears to be a colloquial form of surunda. That's what meaning I would do it, or okay, I'm going to do it, okay. Yeah, an emphasis or explanation. So Gota Scot let's see, Scotarunya. Scotarunya. This combines skau to use with a dialectic future plan form of taru, equivalent to standard Japanese suru or sumori, and explanatory inya. The phrase essentially means, okay, going to use it or use it with a dialect taru indicating intention. Explain taru more. In Kansai Ben or Kansai dialect, let's see, taru is colloquial contraction of te yaru, the casual form of te ageru. So, wait, okay, that can't be right. Yaru means to do, like suru, and ageru means more of to giving. Let's see, so, it's probably the te yaru, so te yaru or taru. It comes from te plus, okay. While yaru can sound blunt in standard Japanese, in Kansai Ben, taru is a natural and common way to express doing a favor, okay. It conveys I'll do it for you. Okay, so it's basically somewhat in the connective tense plus yaru. So that would imply that there's no standard Japanese. Let's see, if this is yaru, then what would this full phrase be in standard Japanese? The phrase Sko Tarunya is Kansai Ben translates to Taru is a contraction of Te Yaru. Yes, but where's it getting the te from? Where where is the te coming from in the full sentence. The te in comes from the te form of skaru, which translates to skatte, and concept in taru is a contraction of te yaru. So skatte plus yaru is skatte yaru. Okay, and then Kansai dialect would be skote. There's a ta in this. Oh, that's from the taru. That's right, yeah. So skote is this written as skote yaru in Kansai Ben before it gets shortened to Skotaru. No, okay. Skotayaru is not an intermediate form of Skotaru. The progression is Skateyaru. Concept in contraction, okay, becomes Skoteyaru, so there's no U in that. Skoteyaru, okay. Further contractions. See. Skotaru. The te in teyaru is the te form of the verb. Okay. Kateyaru is shortened into small. Okay. From geminate okay, is the from the geminate consonant is dropped. Result. Okay. The su small su from geminate consonant in skate is dropped, resulting in skoteyaru, which becomes skotara. How does the show up when it goes from Skoteyaru to Skotaru? Okay. The U in Skotaru comes from a concept in sound change where the te form of verb And there goes a vowel elongation and modification. Let's see, specifically in Kansai dialect, the double t, te, or te from Scott is often replaced with a long vowel. Long vowel frequently becomes ote. Oh, it becomes ote, pronounced as ote ota. So the Scate becomes scaute. Oh, this is scaute. The scaute then combines with yaru to become scaute yaru, which finally becomes scautaru. Okay, so the U was already there. Here's the U from volitional form. Oh, volitional form, I should say. No, the U in scautara is not from volitional form. The U comes from Kansai bin sound change, or the te form of a verb. Scate is altered to ote instead, often written as ute, okay, pronounced as ote. This is a phonological feature of the dialect, not a grammatical form. So in other words, oh yeah, that's like soya. Explain the grammar of soya. think I think that's more like, oh, that's right, they said it was soya, as in SOU. That's that. Oh, that's right. That's right, Sakura. Uh, see, that's right, Sakura. Rains water. We're going to use uh we're going to use that rainwater against them. Okay, so I think this translator doesn't get the context, but okay. But I don't know, it seems like soya is not so much being used for that's right, but meaning like that's right as in like I got an idea. Instead of the other way of that's right as in what you're doing is right. Is soya meant like meant to show you just got an idea, or to say someone else's idea is correct? Soya is used to agree with someone else's idea or statement, not to express a sudden realization of your own. Okay, so it is more like that's right, as in your idea, what you're doing is correct, okay? Soya, Sakura, wo ti, sore Sakura wo ti ya, I see. So that's right, Sakura. Use water. Soitsu no. Soitsu no. Let's see. Oh, it's pronounced ama. Okay. Amamizu. Meanwhile, by itself, it's just ame. So, Soya Sakura Wotia. So that's right, Sakura use water. Soitsu no amamizu o gyaku ni tsukai, not tsukai, but yeah, skotarunya. Skotarunya. Yeah. So in other words, that's right, Sakura. To 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 be water, maybe using water. But no, that's what the second sentence is. What would that mean by itself? Let's see. That's right, Sakura, it's water. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's right, Sakura, it's water. Okay. That's right, Sakura, it's water. So use yeah use the rainwater against it. Or soya sakura wotia soitsu no amamizu o gyaku ni tsukotarunya.
これじゃそやさくらウォーティーやそいつの雨水を逆につこだるんやウォーティー
Woti, soka. That's right. Doesn't that mean like that's right? But isn't that from my... Oh, right. Isn't soka from something, I wonder? What is the origin of soka? Origin says a short and casual conversational contraction of soka. Okay, that's what I figured. Kurao no... Kurao no something... Karoyo. Something, something ni... Chikara o something.
作りしカードに我が鍵に力を貸せ
Scotty. Oh. So, skuru to make, but this is using a different kanji. Scotty she. That's an alternative kanji for it. Kaoru no. I think it's supposed to mean like use as like a noun form of it. Then what would the she be there for? Scotty she.
待ってそっか
Hmm. Explain the grammar of. See, is a magical incantation from the popular anime and manga series Card Captor Sakura. Okay. It's recited by the protagonist Sakura Kinomoto when summoning the power of cloud cards. While not standard conversational Japanese, it uses archaic and poetic grammar for dramatic effect. Korau no, okay, of cloud, okay. Possessive form indicating ownership, okay. Skurishi. Archaic past tense of skuru, meaning create. The she suffix is an old-fashioned attributive form equivalent to modern ta. Okay, so normally when attaching ta, you say so skaru becomes skari when attaching things that need it, like arishi. Skaru. Archaic past tense form of sukuru, meaning created. Sukuru. To make, to produce. Okay, so skudu, yeah, skudu. So skudu is that, and the other word I was using, skau. Okay, so skau is to use, and then skudu is to make. Skudu. And apparently, before, so normally, iru eru, skura. So scute would be its conjugation, right? Yeah, scute would be its present and its past form, where you drop the ru and add the small su plus the te, and then the past tense would be the skatta, or drop the ru and to add the small su and apply ta. But the archaic way of making this into past tense was using the she instead, so it becomes tsukuri, not the she, but using the I stem attachment, and then adding she to that I stem attachment. So this is just an archaic past tense of skuru. So skuduri shi. So crown no skuduri shi. Kado. So Cloud used card, or let's see, then Waga my owl one zone Maga Kagi Waga, archaic form of watashi no meaning my, adds a noble or dramatic tone. Is the ga and waga the particle? Yes, the ga and waga is the particle ga, but it's an archaic possessive function. In classical Japanese, ga was used as the genitive possessive particle equivalent to modern no. So waga. Okay. You know, the fact that this thing trying to analyze the phrase immediately pulls up this series, meaning like it's not referenced. This phrase is not used in any other series. This waga, actually, let's find out. Is waga the reason why Kansai Bin uses y instead of watashi? No, waga is not the direct reason why Kansai dialogue uses y instead of watashi. Okay, let me get rid of the ga, and that might help it. Is that the reason why Kansai Bin uses y instead of watashi? No, Kansai uses y instead of watashi primarily due to dialectical evolution of the regional corruption of older first-person pronouns, not directly because of the kanji blah. Term y is dialectal form of washi, which is itself a corruption of watashi, while the kanji wa is historically associated with the native Japanese reading wa for I, or for me in Old Japanese, the specific Kansai form y evolved through Kinki region where washi was shortened and altered. Okay, so it becomes watashi to washi to wai. So waga kagi, so my own key essentially. So with my own key, and then chikara. Well, so what is this kase? Oh, this is probably from kasu. Kasu, to lend, to loan. Yeah, so this is basically the command form kase. Transitive. So with my key, lend power, essentially is what it's saying. So kurao no tsukari shi kado yo. The card created by Clow, lend your power to my key. Is what it should be translated to. So, Kurao no, so yeah, Kurao no Skurishi Kado. So created by Cloud card. So that's that phrase in the front essentially describing what type of card we're talking about. We're talking about a created by Cloud card. And you see here how they end it with yo. Sometimes if you're not saying it all as one sentence and you're breaking it up, you'll notice that they'll end that with wa as if you just said someone's name and then you're like continuing the sentence after that. Like if you say Sakura, run to the end of the field. That's what they're doing here. Card created by Cloud, and then it's going to be the subject of the next sentence. But when doing that, they usually end it with like yo, and then do their pause, and then say what they're trying to talk about. So in this case, you can see it uses ga, so you could sort of think of this yo as replace this yo plus a pause as replacing a wa. So kurao no tsukurishi kado yo. Waga kagi ni chikara o. That was kase from kasu to loan. Kase. So, kurao no tsukurishi kado yo. Waga kagi ni chikara o kase. Oh yeah, so this ni is not so much the width ni, it's the direction ni. So what she's saying is lend power towards the key, towards my key, essentially. So it's not with the key, it's towards the key. So, kurao no tsukurishi kado yo. Waga kagi ni chikara o kase.
クローの作りしカードよ、我が鍵に力を貸せ。カードに宿りし魔力をこの鍵に移し、我に力を。カードに宿りし魔。
Let's see. The next part. Okay, so kado ni kado ni yadori. Oh, this is probably that same contraction again for archaic Japanese. This is probably yadoru. Let's see. So yadoru becomes okay, so yadoru to draw, to exist, to form. That's probably what she's using it for, to form. Intransitive verb. So kado ni yadori yadorishi maho. So with the card, format Form magic. Okay. Form magic. Let's see. Konokagi. Okay. Konokagi with this key. Utsushi. Shift, move, change, drift, catch. Pass into. To Utsushi Ware. I, me, oneself. So explain the grammar of it. Wait. Yadorishi. This is the attributive form of the classical auxiliary verb shi, derived from the verb yadoru, to dwell, to reside. In modern Japanese, this would typically be yadote. Let's see. Yadote iru or yadoru. The suffix shi modifies the following noun, magical power, effectively meaning the magical power that resides. Yadoru. Oh, I wonder if this is supposed to be like the lodging meaning of it. Yadori. Yadoru. Lodging or to dwell. Okay, so Yadori. Let's see. This is the attributive form of classical auxiliary verb she. I explained the attributive form of the classical verb she. In classical Japanese, auxiliary verbs had different inflection forms, including a terminal form used at the end of a sentence and an attributive form used to modify the following now. For the she is the Ren-tai-kei attributive form. Ren-tai-kei. Just a word that is a rentai k. Isn't that form we were seeing described other words? That's right. Daishita. That was the word I was thinking about. Daishita. Taishita. Taishita. Rentai shi. Oh, this is rentai k. Okay. The shi is the rentai k attributed form of the classical auxiliary verb ki, which express the past tense. When attached to a conjunctive renyoke form of a verb, she creates a relative clause that describes a noun equivalent to the one who did or that which was in English. For example, Yadori shi means that which resided, or the one who resided, modifying maho. In modern Japanese, this is replaced by the ta form plus no, so it would be yadot form plus no. Okay, so either the ta form or no. Okay, so the classical shi form is now used for literary, dramatic, or archaic effects commonly found in anime, manga, and formal writing to evoke a sense of grandeur or antiquity. This is distinct from the attributive form of classical adjectives, which also ended in she. Like aoshi, but evolved into the modern I ending, or aoi. And if you remember, ao is blue, and aoi is sort of like to be blue. See, the auxiliary she specifically comes from the past tense helper key. Past tense helper key. Explain the past tense helper key. The auxiliary verb key is a classical Japanese helper that attaches to conjunctive rin-yo-kei forms of verbs, adjectives, and some auxiliaries to indicate the past tense. It expresses a past event that the speaker has directly experienced or knows to be a fact equivalent to did or was with first-hand knowledge. This contrasts keri, which indicates past event learned about indirectly or with surprise. Conjunctions. Its forms are irregular. The shushi-kei conclusive form of ki and rentai-kei attributive form is she. So conclusion form is ki, attributive form is she. Okay. But nowadays it gets used. Past tense gets used like that. Okay. So past tense has been associated with being attributive. Interesting. So, let's see. Karo ni tsukurishi maho. So with the card, residing power, and then, well, what are we gonna do with that residing power? Let's see. Kono Kagini with this key, and then the Chikara will this marks power as the object of the implied verb. Okay, here we go. The utsushi. This is the conjunctive Ren-yo-kei form of utsusu, to move. Oh, that's right. Yeah, utsusu. This is, yeah, I use the intransitive version of utsudu to remember conjugations, since the utsu and ru ending verbs can be conjugated to the su te, with the only exception for the ru ones being the iru eru verbs. So this is transitive, to transfer, and intransitive utsudu would be like moving yourself. Utsushi. This connects she. It connects the two clauses, meaning having transferred or transferring. And then let's see. Chikara o. This marks power as the object of the implied verb. What verb are they saying is implied? Let's see. Sazugeru, to grant, transitive. Or ataeru, to give. To bestow, to grant. Sazaeru. See, that's ataeru, and this is, oh, sazukeru. To teach, to instruct, to impart knowledge. So going back to the original sentence, karu ni tsukurishi maho. Oh, I thought that was maho. Oh, let's see. Maho looks like magic witchcraft. Oh, okay, so maho is more of magic. Wow. You can see that maho is made with the let's see, which demon, okay, demon, evil, and then method. So, evil method, aka magic. But this is Marioku. Magical powers. So we're not talking about magic, we're talking about magical powers, which the latter being like reference of what someone has, while the former being when you're talking about it in general. Marioku. Marioku. So, kado ni yadorishi Marioku. So, shouldn't it be de instead of ni though, if you want to use the card's magical powers? Let's see. The particle marks the location where the card resides in the card. Okay, the particle marks the location where the magic resides in the card and the direction of transfer to the key. Okay. Oh, so this is the source ni. So, yeah, so kado ni tsukurishi marioku. So with tsukuru, to make, to use. Skutta ma ryoku. Okay, so oh, that's right. This is yadoru, to reside. So kado ni yadorishi Marioko o kono kagi ni. So kono is often used to show ownership, so it's like saying my key essentially. So kono kagi ni. So, but they're saying in this case the key is the target, and then utsushi uh ware. So isn't it ware I? I, me, oneself. So move towards the self power. See, transfer the magic residing in the card into this key and grant me power. So card ni yadorishi marioku. So from the card, the residing powder kono kagi ni. Oh, I see. The shift move. This utsushi goes with the previous sentence, so it's you can think of karo ni yadorishi marioku o kono kagi ni utsushi. That's the previous sentence. Sometimes the way they change sentences, one method is the tab method, but the other method is to end with the e or basically the I at the end form. That's used for a lot of attachments like tabimas. So the tabi would be that type of form, which comes from tabimas. Oh, that's right. That's each done. I need to go done. Uh, like yadoru would be one. So in past tense form, it would be, well, in polite form, it would be yadorimasu, because you put it in that I ending form before attaching mas. So from this card, residing power towards my key, move. Or in other words, move the residing power towards my move the residing magical power towards my key, and then next part, ware ni chikara, and grant me power. So power towards I or myself, ware, okay?
我が鍵に力を貸せ。カードに宿りし魔力をこの鍵に移し、我に力。
So カードにやる、カードに宿りし魔力をこの鍵に移し、我に力を。Water or water. And now we have the full sentence. Water, okay. So it'd be card created by cloud. Lend your power to my key. Transfer the magic dwelling within this card to the key and grant me power. Or water. Now, I'm trying to remember, what was the reason for the woe particle being used in this sentence? I believe it's something archaic. Why is woe used at the end of the sentence? Is used because the sentence is elliptical, meaning that the main verb, like utsuru to transfer, or kureru to give, is omitted but strongly implied. In this lyrical and dramatic context, ending a sentence with wo serves two specific purposes. Emotional emphasis: it creates a sense of incompleteness or intensity, suggesting the speaker is too overwhelmed by emotion to finish the thought. A common technique in songs and poetry to convey deep feeling. Imperative or wishful tone, it often functions as a call to action or a wish, similar to may it be, where the implied meaning is transfer the magic to this key for me, okay, or give me the power, giving the sentence a propaganda-like or incantatory feel. I think it's the first one. This is archaic Japanese. What could the woe be? In this archaic or poetic Japanese, the particle woe at the end of a sentence is not being used as a sentence ending particle in the way that, okay, it instead retains its classical grammatical function of accusative or direct object marker. The sentence is an ellipsis, meaning the main. Okay. Why is ending with wo t? The phrase wo t is not standard Japanese grammar. Instead, wo t is a magic keyword derived from the English word water, used in fictional contexts like animes, games, or magical transformations to evoke the power of water. In this sentence, karo ni yadori shi Marioko kono kagi ni utsushi ware ni chikara o wo ti. The wo marks. Let's see. The wo marks ware ni chikara, well, the power to me, as the direct object of the implied command woti. The full phrase functions as an incantation where woti actions as a verbal trigger, meaning something like grant me the power or bestow it. with water serving as the thematic or element reference. So in other words, grant the power of water to me, essentially is what they're saying. This creative fictional construct, not a grammatical sentence. It follows the common fantasy trope of using pseudo Latin, English, or invented words as magical commands. Example, abracadabra or open sesame, where wool links the desired object's power to the magical command wool-t. Wool links the desired object, aka power in this case, to the magical command wool-t. Is this proper grammar in archaic Japanese? This is not proper grammar in archaic Japanese. The particle wo at the end of let's see. Why? See, in the sentence blah, why is wool t at the end? The wool particle at the end of the phrase is not a feature of classical or archaic Japanese. In both modern historical Japanese, wool functions as a case marking particle for the direct object and is not a sentence in any. Okay. Let's see. The full sentence is: the appearance of wool at the end of a sentence in modern usage is due to an ellipsis where the verb is omitted for dramatic effect or because it is understood from context. It is a fictional magical incantation from the anime Card Captor Sakura, not a grammatically correct sentence in either archaic or modern Japanese. The particle wool does not mark a verb at the end. Instead, the incantation is elliptical, implying a command like grant me the power of water or transfer the power of to me watery. Okay, the speaker is directly calling upon the card watery to transfer its power. The woe marks ware ni chikara wo, the power to me, as a direct object of the implied action. Bestow with Wati function as the name of the entity being invoked. Akin to the vocative or the subject performing the implied action. The structure is a creative device used in magical Go or animes where naming a magical entity at the end of a phrase serves as the culmination of the spell. Okay, so from what it implies, as part of the spell, the verb being used in the sentence is not actually being said, but it's obvious what the verb would be in this case. Let's see. From the card, the power within to this key and move it, and then that's one sentence, and then ware ni chikara, so power to me. So in this case, it'd be like a word like grant power, grant power to me, essentially. But it's understood that so you don't actually need to say the verb to grant, essentially. And then Woti is the entity granting power to her. Warai Goe. I believe that's Warai Goe. Yeah, let's see. Warai Goe. Yes, sound of laughter, yes, okay. Myo, okay. Myo, I think that's just a random sound. Myo. Uh, Shitamon ga arimasu ka? Are there any questions? Okay, so we're gonna raid let's see what this name is. Awayuki. Light snow kakana flower. One other words, they say kanade. Oh, is this how you write kanade? Kanade. Maybe that's a shortened named kanade. Kanade. Anyway, we're going to raid Kanade. It's one of the raids. Let's see, we're also going to raid... Okay. We'll try to raid this person that thinks she's about to raid herself. Let's see. And for the final raid, we're going to... Yeah, Zikawa. We'll see if we can raid what Dikawa. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna raid Grits GG as the final raid. Okay, so apparently the other person already raided, so we're gonna raid, we're gonna raid iReseller. Okay, and Minasan o kiyotsukete. Mata ashita. Goodbye, everyone. See you tomorrow.